Live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California, this is Inside Schmoedown. I'm Ken, the Pitboss Napzok. Yep, Ryan Johnson's going to give us a new Star Wars trilogy, and we have some big matches from the Schmoedown this week. I'm calling it the Week of Samm. I'm bringing in my guest right now, Samm Levine.
Oh
no
my God.
I don't need a this or that. People know you.
There was no preamble
Nope.
there. I am flattered and honored, sir.
You know, all right, freaks and geeks.
No,
Great
no,
time.
I don't
Love
need
it.
any of that.
Cubs
No.
fan. Nope, you're here.
Honestly, when I'm here, this is a weird thing to say. I am so excited that people know me from the Schmoedown.
Yeah?
When I am out and about in the real world, amongst the hoi polloi, it's nice when people stop me and, freaks and geeks and bastards.
Yeah.
But when someone's like, dude, I love you on the Schmoedown and the Inglorious One, I'm like, bro!
What
peeps?
What is that? What's the difference? Is it that personal connection because it's you, not a character, your knowledge,
I
just
think
fun?
It's a weird thing that my brain creates this insane distinction of where it's like, because I'm insane and jaded now, I'm like, any schmuck can act.
Sure.
You just got to get lucky at an audition. But to know movie trivia, to take down Roka, yeah.
And take down Roka, you did.
I did.
We're going to talk about your big match against the Crusher, but before we get to that, this feud with John Roka, it's hard to explain. I don't even know where it began.
It wasn't a feud in the traditional sense. It's not like we were in a team match or something and had a beef.
Yeah.
And I mean, I said this in my pre-interview. It was that I've been coming to the Schmoedown matches now, matches I'm not even in for a couple years.
Right.
And no matter what, if John Roka was in the room, no matter how easy or difficult the question was, he would give this all-knowing look
In the crowd. Yeah,
in the crowd,
he
like,
would.
how could you not know that? It's like, you didn't know that. Stop it. You sit down, sir.
Well, I think we had to edit out every episode for a while.
Yeah.
Like this, the Roka reaction.
There was always a thing. In fact, I was even watching an old match from over a year ago where you can audibly hear Roka screaming from the back of the room when a question was asked. And I'm like, it is very easy to sit there and claim you knew the answer after you or Ellis or Christian says the answer out loud.
Right.
It's another thing to be at the desk and have to answer it in the moment. And
Right.
That's all I wanted to do with him.
So that's where it began, and then you guys go into this big matchup here, the Schmoedown, and you win. What are you feeling coming out of that? Take me to that mindset at that moment.
Honestly, I was, I mean, I joke about him, and we have the fun in the pre and post interviews. I didn't think I could beat Roka. Like, the guy does know an insane amount about movies, and
he does.
really did not expect to win that one. That was a very surprising match to me. Like, Bibiani, I thought, I've got a chance.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've seen his matches,
Okay.
and which is not to take anything away from him as a
No,
competitor.
I don't take it like that.
Like,
but yeah,
he's another guy who absolutely knows his stuff. And the way I think about it with the bulk of the players in the Schmoedown, I'm not gonna name names for who I don't necessarily include in this. The bulk of the players in the Schmoedown on any given Sunday, any one of them could beat any other one of them.
I know I'm not in that category because you wiped the Nerds Watch away.
But the chips are going to fall a little bit here and there based on the questions, based on the random numbers, based on the wheel. There is that luck factor. So any given day, someone could upset someone else. If you really wanted to see it, you'd need to do like a World Series, like a best of 7
Best of
matches.
7.
And then that would give you a better idea of like who is actually the superior player. But since that's not the way the Schmoedown works, I felt like, all right, if I can avoid some bad luck, I feel like I could hold my own against Bibiani. With Roka, I was like, man, I don't know. I'm going to need some real luck today to go toe-to-toe with this guy. And to a degree, I got lucky. I mean, if he hits his 5-pointer, if he knows Joel Schumacher, which I will tell you straight up, I did not know that.
You didn't know. So
no,
you
if you asked me that question instead of the Ridley Scott, Gerard Depardieu question, he wins.
He wins.
That was a coin flip at the end there.
It's those numbers at the end.
Really
and
is.
as this, the shirt I have on that you can get on the Schmoedown T public page there, that wheel. And you've had a weird relationship with that wheel. That's a fun spot to start.
2016, me and that wheel, not friends.
Not friends at all.
Not cool.
No.
Did not care for that wheel.
What's changed? I mean, the wheel's not magic. I get that. So
I tell you this. I think you spent an extra $35.
we have the receipts for 32.
And you put together that beautiful wheel
Yeah.
It doesn't almost topple over when people spin it.
Right.
It's very clear what category it's on.
Yeah.
You don't need to bring Makuga in there to give one of the line judges. Nope, that's definitely an action adventure.
Yeah, look, Cody Hall and Adam Smith over there, our team over there. Well, Adam, good looking man.
Right there.
Cody, did you help build that wheel? How much did that cost?
I did not build it, thank God. I think it was built out in like Korea or something like that.
Yeah, and we shipped it over.
We outsourced it.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Terrific.
So coming off this big win, you go into this match against Rachel the Crusher Cushion. I know you have a lot of respect for Rachel, my partner in the Nerds Watch.
Tremendous respect.
We're figuring out what's going on there, taking some time, whatever. Take me into that match and then out of that match.
Okay, I felt okay about my match with Bibiani. I knew I was going to need to get lucky if I wanted to best Roka.
Yeah.
My hand to God, the minute I knew I'd be playing Rachel in that match, I already began going, well, this was great. I beat Bibiani and I beat Roka, and that's really all I wanted to do. I'm happy to lose this thing to Rachel. She is the fiercest competitor, in my opinion, in the league right now.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay losing to her. It's going to be fun. The only thing I was hoping was, like in my championship match against Dan Merle, I was like, all I want is to not get a TKO, not get knocked out. Hopefully we each have to answer our 5-pointer, something like that, where it's like, all right, she's going to win, but at least I proved I belong at the same table as her. That's all I was hoping to accomplish that day. Winning it truly never entered my mind until we were playing, and I had a perfect round 2, and I went, oh, man.
Yeah.
This...
Yeah, you come out with
win this?
Come out with lead in the second round, but you guys go back and forth. She had the Spielberg round, all the stuff. So you go into the third round. I mean, it went down to the end. 2019.
2019. It was absolutely. If I miss either of my first 2 questions, I have to go to my 5. They would not tell me after the fact what my 5-point question was, so I'll never know. I will never know.
I think we made a note, didn't we? Yeah, because we? Yeah, well, because a lot of times that happens. Competitors are like, hey, what would have been my questions? And we don't want those questions might come into play.
Oh, I'm trying to remember
I think I was witness, and I think Ellis and I put it in a little thing we're going to tell you later on. We're going to tell you later on. It's our little secret here.
All right.
So, all right, I want to talk about is this year 2017? Is it fair to call it a comeback, or did you just have a rash of bad luck and some big losses against tough competitors?
That's a fair question, because I mean I started the Schmoedown 2-0.
Yeah.
I beat Hal Rudnick and then Jeff Snyder.
Right.
And I'm really, really hoping that we can beat Action, so I can take Snyder on again. But I don't know. And then I had a run of bad luck. I lost to Clark Wolf. I had a match I lost to Baby Carrots in last year's Ultimate Schmoedown.
Yeah.
I don't know. In a way, it's a little bit of a comeback, but in a way, I think I just had one too many missteps in a row, and it kind of maybe cast me in a bad light.
And you were getting frustrated, I know, not just with the process, the wheel. Things weren't falling your way, man. This is Leon Durham in '84, the NLCS, with the ball going through his face. You know,
the only match to this day, the only match I have regrets about is my opening Schmoedown match, Ultimate Schmoedown match against Ellis last year.
Yeah.
When until we started the game, no one told me there was a 10-second countdown clock. And I missed at least 3 questions in that match that I 100% knew I knew. We didn't have the JTE rule in effect yet.
Yeah.
If things had been different, I think I win that match.
Cody, is that your fault?
Yeah, I probably could have told
You're supposed
him.
to tell the competitor these things, right?
I do a lot of things here. I'm sorry.
All right.
So that's the only one I have regrets about. Every other match, I'm fine with the way it shook out, but that one still bugs me. But other than that, I feel like every match is supposed to have gone down the way it was supposed to go down, except for my match against Rachel.
Right.
I was not supposed to win that.
You weren't supposed to win. So
I really wasn't.
I mean, it's funny too, because I would consider you one of the titans of the game. You know, but Rachel, being her partner, at least, you know, we are. I call her my partner, but we worked more closely when we were competing as their watch. You know, like. She doesn't put herself in that category yet, and I think she is. Maybe she's starting to believe. So I'm seeing you compare yourself to her, where I think maybe she's been comparing herself to people like you.
That's crazy talk. And I do have a little bit of an advantage on her there, which is I've been in front of the camera now for 20 years.
Right.
So I know what I look like on camera. I know I'm pretty able. I think I can somewhat accurately gauge like how well I can do in this and who I could hold my own against. She is still so new at being on camera and being at the table under the lights with the cameras when it all counts. And so there's a learning curve with her getting the confidence that she rightly should have.
Right.
And I think it's just a matter of time now. It really is just a small matter of time before she's gotten to play a few more matches, finds her footing, outside of the Ultimate Schmoedown, tournament bracket style, and really cements herself as the tremendous player that we all know she is.
Hey, I think that day will come. All right, I'm looking at your future here. Do we got that bracket, Coates?
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Let's look at the updated bracket of the singles tournament here right now. We got your name in bright lights, big font
boy.
in the center, and you're awaiting the winner of Mike K.O. Kalinowski and JTE. So I'm going to ask you, of those two, I'm not saying who's better. They're both great.
Yeah.
Who do you feel is a better fit for you as a competitor?
Honestly, a better fit, I think they are equally matched in that regard.
Right.
I would say at this point, and with no disrespect whatsoever to Kalinowski,
Right.
I think JTE at this point is the player to beat.
Gotcha.
The run he's had this year, the comeback he's had this year.
Talk about comebacks.
I think he has proven himself as the player to beat. And so I would say for that, I hope to go against JTE just because this would help clear up some things about do I really belong this far in the tournament.
Yeah.
If I could go against JTE and somehow come out victorious, I think that puts to bed a lot of the, well, you just got lucky questions.
Right.
Because nobody gets that many lucky questions 4 times in a row.
Look, and I've said for a while, I know your stuff. When first became familiar with you as a competitor on the Schmoes No Show when we would bring you in and you do the game and guess the music. So you know your stuff. So you definitely belong, but it's those matchups there. But wouldn't there be an extra bit of joy defeating that pompous, hubris-laced JTE?
There really would. I mean, he is on the Patriots.
Yeah.
He is from Boston, which anyone who has ever heard me talk about that toilet of a city with the most violent, drunken, vicious sports fans that don't deserve teams, take them away.
Take them away.
You take the sports teams out of Boston, what do you have there? Literally a toilet-shaped city. You heard it here first, Boston. I'm calling you out.
You know, I'm a lifelong New York Yankee fan, so I understand. Bucky bleeping Dent. All right, your possible future here. If you face JT or Kalinowski and you defeat either one of those guys, whoever wins. We know that you got you and Drew, which is a fascinating. We could do a whole show on you and Drew teaming up.
Sometime. Let's
above the line versus team action. Yeah. If you are victorious in these 2 matches, you could be in the spectacular for 2 titles. That's got to feel like some pressure.
It is an insane amount of pressure to think I have gotten this far where we could even have that conversation, but I don't think we're there yet. I don't want to jinx anything.
Interesting.
Drew and I have been talking about it. We've gone over our game plan for action.
Okay.
You know, they have a talent for getting in the heads of their competitors.
They do.
Those guys, a couple of silver tongues on them.
They do.
And so Drew and I have been going over our strategy to keep that at bay. And honestly, our strategy is it seems like they do a considerable less amount of shit talking when they don't have a lead. So it is our plan to take an early lead and never surrender it. If we've got the lead early, I think they're going to be quiet.
So going to our fan questions here, a couple minutes left. Justin Square says, pick my question. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Justin.
Happy birthday, Justin.
What is something you admire about your opponents in the team finals, this being team action? You did try to help Ben by telling him the location of the belt. So,
I did,
so
indeed.
They're brash. They got that, they got that aura about them there. What is one thing you admire, though, beyond their heel persona?
Beyond their heel persona, with the exception of that sham of a match they had against Top 10.
Right.
Where, I'm sorry, but I don't, to my knowledge, any team that has landed on spinner's choice when it's their option and the opponent's landed on opponent's choice, that team in the favorable spot there has never lost a match.
Right.
Because that makes it too one-sided. It really does. So I can't really count that as a legitimate win. But their first 2 matches to get to that semifinal round, they won fair and square. And so they are real competitors.
Sure.
I do think that it would have it might have been a tougher match if me and Drew had to face top 10 in the finals, but
interesting.
I don't know. So maybe that's the outcome of our match with Action. I don't know if maybe that's something you guys are working on, if there needs to be like a follow-up match, but if anything, I respect Action for having gotten to the point where they were even going to play top 10.
What about the possibility? You still have a match to get out of the way here.
Yeah.
What about the possibility of facing the commish at the Spectacular for the title?
Man, if I pull off a miracle of miracles and can topple Little Evil in his monster year.
Or
Kalinowski. You already have me thinking I have to beat JTE now to get there.
Right.
So
that was your answer.
This
was your
my
answer.
This was my answer. You're absolutely right. If I can beat either of those guys and get to the commish, or the former commish, or whatever he's calling himself these days. I don't know.
Granny Biscuits.
I feel like it puts me in a catbird seat because even though, and I have to preface this by saying, I know everything is on the up and up here. I know you guys run a tight ship.
Yeah, sure. I know you didn't think so at first. Yeah.
But no matter what, if I ever lose to Christian, I can always just pretend, well, he's the commissioner. He writes the questions.
Oh, okay. There you go. A couple questions. Sarah Cushing Sheehan, who is from Clan Cushing, the Crushers clan.
Yes.
If you were stranded on a desert island and could only have one Schmoedown competitor for company, who would you choose, guessing not Roka? Who do you want to hang out with for the Schmoedown?
I think it's pretty clear
that
Dagnino is the only competitor you want on a desert island with you because I could kill him and eat him for food. He would last a long time.
It's gristly. It's a little tough.
It's gristly, but he's so muscular.
It's leathery. Yeah,
it's leathery. I mean, I'm not going to eat the skin because it's too much time in the sun. But he's just pure muscle up top.
True. Dagnino crisps might be a good meal.
They might be a good meal. But the real answer is, of course, Rachel Cushing because she's not only a kind person and a good companion. We could sit and talk movies in past several years.
Talking about the right stuff, one of her favorite movies. Final question. This is from someone named Jay Washington. Jay Washington asks, how much hair product do you use?
Jay, I use little to no hair product. I'm not wearing any today on account of the ball cap. Oh, I can't even take it off because of this. But this is mostly what God gave me, Jay.
God gave you.
And I'm sorry if that upsets you, but I won a genetic lottery there.
You've been great. I got about 40 seconds left here. I want you to look at that camera.
Yeah.
You can talk to Team Action. You can talk to Harloff, Kalinowski, JT, Patriots. Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to warn about?
Well, since I do not know if I'm playing JTE or Kalinowski yet, I can't say much to that except, fellas, good luck. You're both fierce. As far as Team Action goes, I think you boys have your work cut out for you. And by work, I mean figuring out what you are going to say in your post-game interview when you are no longer holding any action.
I like that. Guys. That's it for today. If you're watching on YouTube on the repeat, comment, share, like, subscribe, all those good things to Collider Video. But if you're watching live on Facebook, want to thank you there. Sam, thank you so much for coming out. I think we could talk for a lot more.
We certainly could.
There's so much to talk about with Above the Line.
Yeah.
You and Drew form a great team. And, hey, Cubbies, we'll get them next year, right?
Absolutely.
Yankees, Cubs, World Series 2018.
Anytime.
Love it. Guys, that is it. We'll see you next time on Inside Schmoedown. Don't forget to check out Schmoedown Rundown for more detailed stats and stories. We'll see you next week.